healthier you, making diabetes history on Guam.
Presented in partnership with Calvo SelectCare and Paradise Fitness Center.
Calvo's SelectCare Health Plan Administrator Frank Campillo sees the numbers daily, and when it comes to the statistics for Guam, they aren't good. That's why the insurance company has programs and partnerships to get Guam healthy.
Clearly and evident that Guam has a problem for diabetics. If we were a country, we would be number 10 in the world in regards to the incidence of diabetes. We're about 18.7% of our population, that is between the ages of 20 to 79, are diabetics. And that correlates pretty much in the numbers that we see in our health plan. So we look at the numbers and then we look at things that can help our members. And
partnerships with island clinics and fitness centers are not only targeting prevention, but bringing the disease under control. One of those partnerships is with Paradise Fitness. General Manager Mike SGRO.
The first thing I always recommend to people is make sure you do your baseline. Get your baseline, do your labs, go see your primary physician and know what your foundation is. Once you know what your baseline is, it helps us professionals when you walk into BocaBox or Health Smart or Paradise to really help build a foundation for you to customize what I like to call your exercise prescription. At the end of the day, people don't know what type of daily dose of exercise to get. And I think it really comes down to just education and having the right people surrounding you to take that initial step. But I've seen people come in very sedentary, on insulin, reversing it to get off of insulin, or reversing pre-diabetic conditions, and just with simple lifestyle changes with just exercising 30 minutes a day.
But according to SGRO, when you tie in nutrition, that is a recipe for success. BocaBox's Jess Rosario and Payless Supermarket's dietitian, ROSAE Calvo.
There are a lot of different nutrition apps out there, and it can be tedious tracking food, but it's more educational to the person. We don't expect for someone to be tracking their food for the rest of their life, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but just that as a starting point, once they see how much calories, especially if it's a lot of calories from carbs and the little vitamins and fiber that they're getting with everything they're eating, it makes a huge difference. And just that act of knowing what they're tracking, that's enough to just give them a little pause before they can, or just a pause so they can make some changes.
Yeah, one of the things that, at least for us, when people start coming in and they want to start eating healthier, right, and they have issues with glucose in the bloodstream and all of that, food is cultural, right? And so a lot of people are used to eating rice and meat and not a lot of veggies. So one of the first things we like to do is use our food as an educational tool. We want to show people that there's more to carbohydrates than just rice. There's other sources out there. There's whole grain products, there's whole grain rice, whole grain bread, there's kombucha, there's quinoa, there's all these types of carbohydrates that could be good for you. And we always like to preach that, food is not a problem. There's nothing bad about food, but what the problem is that we see is that the overconsumption of certain food products is the issue.
And then there's staying the course and not giving up. According to chairwoman of the Guam Diabetes Control Coalition, registered nurse AGNES White, if you fall down, get back up and get a squad that has your back.
I tell them, yes, you are going to fall off the wagon, and don't expect it. It's just natural. So once they know that, I said, but please just get back on. That's what you have to do. The next day, okay, you picked out Thanksgiving Day and maybe through the weekend, but let's get back on course. So it helps to have some kind of support group. If you can form groups or communities that will say, hey, let's just get going and start again. Don't just come back on. That's what I encourage people.
Wednesday on The Link, we will be focusing on diabetes technology today.
A healthier you, making diabetes history on Guam.
Presented in partnership with Calvo SelectCare and Paradise Fitness Center.